Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Adam Steiner here, the Home and Entrepreneur. Today I just want to talk to you a little bit about how to eliminate your fears and grow your business. The main thing I've seen that people struggle with is that they are scared. They are not scared to succeed, not scared to make money. They're scared to fail. Their biggest fear is failing. You talk to any athlete, any millionaire or billionaire, they have failed many times. Let's say you talk to a real estate investor. Chances are their first real estate venture was a failure. The first real estate venture that I had was a failure. It wasn't a big failure. I think over the course of the flip that bought the property, and by the time I sold it, put a little bit too much money into it. I overdeveloped it for the area that was in. So technically I lost $1,000, but that was after I paid for closing costs for the new buyer, stuff like that. I just pretty much just wanted to get out of it. So lost about $1,000. No big deal. I learned a lot of stuff. It was great for the time being. I learned a lot of stuff for my second flip. So my second flip was not a failure. But that's just my point, is getting rid of that fear of failing. I've failed many times throughout my life. I'm still very young, but I failed many times. For eBay, I've failed I don't know how many times. The problem that I had with eBay when I was first starting out is all I wanted to do was sell electronics. So with every failure that I had, I learned something. I learned this was not a good item for me. This is something I shouldn't buy because I don't have the space to store something like that. Okay, that's with eBay. Now, let's say Kindle ebooks. My first ebook that I wrote was not a failure. It was actually very profitable, made a decent amount of money. I still continue to get sales on it. Now, my second ebook was a failure because I thought I could write a book pretty much the exact same as my first one and would get sales. That wasn't the case. Second book was a failure. I was writing in a category that I shouldn't have been. I didn't know anything about it. The first ebook that I knew something about, yeah, that was great because I knew something about that topic. The second ebook that I wrote, I didn't know. I was just following what I already did, thinking I could still make money that way, which wasn't the case. So that was something I learned by that failure, is that I can't just try to replicate the exact same book that I just wrote and continue to get the same results. It just doesn't happen. Now let's talk about Amazon FBA. The thing with Amazon is that you can make money, you can make it really fast. My failure that happened with Amazon FBA is that I bought too much stuff too quickly, wasn't shipping it in fast enough, and by the time I got it into Amazon, I was actually, it wasn't as profitable as I thought it would be, or I wouldn't make any money. I'd actually lose money on that item. And the main reason that happened was because at that time I was buying only clearance items. I didn't realize that the items that weren't on sale, that were just regular price items, I didn't realize I could buy those and still make $5 to $10. I didn't realize that. I thought I could only make money on clearance items. And because of that, when, let's say I bought a toy from Target, well, by the time I bought that toy, got into at that time I was more doing it out of the garage of my house, but got into the garage, and just stuck it in the back pile of everything, and it just started piling on. Now the problem was, by the time I got to it, listed it, sent it to Amazon, there was already other sellers that had that same item that they bought from Target on clearance, and they marked that stuff down to pretty much making just a couple dollars off this stuff. Now the problem with that is I don't want to make a couple dollars. When I spend $10 on something, I don't want to make $1 or $2. I want to make pretty much 100% return on investment. That's my goal. Okay, so that was my failure. Was it took me way too long between point A when I bought the item to point B when it arrived at Amazon. The time was just so long that the price changed. So with that failure, I learned I can't wait that long. Either hire somebody and so that they can get it ready for me and ship it off, or don't buy that item. Okay, so To get over your fears in business and to grow your business, you just need to understand failure. It teaches you something. With every failure you have, you will learn one thing. I guarantee it. So the next failure you have, make sure you sit down and think about why was this a failure? How could I make this better next time, and just learn from it. If you've had a recent failure, please comment below. I'd love to hear about it, and maybe we can discuss why it was a failure and what you learned from that failure. So again, if you had a recent failure, love to hear about it. If you have any other questions, please comment below. I'm happy to answer those questions for you. If you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click that button right there, become one today, and I'll see you on the next video. Alright, you guys take care.